What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today is Thursday, so we're a little bit late with the solo Nightfall run, but, you know, we've been busy with Prison of Elders and Iron Banner, so we're gonna get this done today. It's actually a really fun Nightfall. We've got Epic, we've got Arc Burn, we've got Solar Burn, and Small Arms. So basically, just equip your favorite primary weapon that does either Solar Burn or Arc Burn, and you are going to blow this one away. It is a really fun setup for the Nightfall strike. My setup is going to be the Fatebringer and a Gunslinger. I've also got the Celestial Nighthawk equipped, but the rest of this stuff doesn't even matter. Just pick your favorite Arc or Solar Burn primary and go to town. So we're gonna fly on down, and I'll see you guys once we land. Alright guys, we have landed on Venus. Time to run this strike for what, the third time in like 6 weeks, but this one's a little different. I've already run this a couple of times with groups, and I gotta tell you, this set of modifiers makes you feel superhuman. It is a great set of modifiers. It's so much fun. But since we've run this so many times in the recent past, I'm not really going to talk about strategy too much. I want to talk about House of Wolves. I want to talk about Ether Chests. I want to talk about treasure keys. So we're going to have a little bit of fun here instead of just doing strategy for the whole video. I'm using Fatebringer. Fatebringer is, going to wreck face, obviously. I think it does like 3,500 damage with the set of modifiers. So it takes on like majors without a problem. It's really good. Once we actually get to the Nightfall area anyway. I was going to use Found Verdict, but I switched it to a sniper rifle, Aphrodite Spear. Just because I thought with Fatebringer, it may be that I can kind of use that close range. Die. And Aphrodite Spear at long range. Actually, no, it looks like I have Found Verdict on. Okay, so I'll use... it doesn't really matter. You do so much damage with your primary that it almost doesn't really matter what the rest of your loadout is. So, I want to talk about the treasure keys and the chests. I really like the fact that treasure keys are now more common. You can get them from... obviously the Ether chests, which you get on patrol when the wolves come roaming around, or you can get them from the two chests after a Prison of Elders run, the two small chests. I'll be honest with you though, I have not noticed a dramatically increased drop rate from the Ether chests. Maybe it's just bad luck, but I haven't seen it at all. And I was a little disappointed of that because I actually thought that taking away the ability to get multiple chests off of one key, or, kind of farming those chests by leaving the area, coming back, and getting a fresh chest, I thought that was a fun thing to do, and I was disappointed that Bungie took that away. I understand why they did it. And I'm not sure what their goal is with those treasure keys. I'd like to have a treasure key every time I run the Prison of Elders because, there's a certain level of disappointment. I don't have a sniper rifle. That happens when you run the Prison of Elders without... That was ridiculous. That was a one shot to that guy. When you run the Prison of Elders with a group and you don't have that treasure key, just watching other people open it, I don't know, there's something unsatisfying about that. Or if nobody opens it. This happened to me quite a few times in the Prison of Elders. I've run through the Prison of Elders, we've gotten the two small chests, and then nobody opens the big chests.
They'll be ready for us.
And
the Archon Priest will be well.
I don't know, it doesn't feel like a great design choice because, like, that should be your big reward for beating the Prison of Elders. And to not open that, I don't know. It's like, what is the reward? The small chests are great because, they often have some pretty good stuff in them. But the big chest, on the other hand, it also doesn't always have anything good in it. I've gotten like 4 of the Queen Scout Rifle, which, honestly, that sucks. I don't want 4 of the same Scout Rifle. I want different stuff every time. Switch to my heavy to take down these goblins. I hate these things. And they are a one-shot kill often. Oh, I don't have very much ammo for that thing, do I? I'll have to be pretty careful here. The issue here will be snipers. So I'm going to have to be fairly careful with snipers because they're going to be pretty deadly. I was not far enough away from that thing, was I? Alright, so let's rotate around here, take these guys out. So yeah, I would like to see
I'll check it out.
the chests be more rewarding. The Queen's chest be more rewarding. So if they're gonna limit the amount of treasure keys that you can get, that's fine. But that chest better be worth all the time you spend farming because, like I said, the ether chests on, I usually go to Venus to do ether chests. They say they've increased the drop rate. I haven't seen much of a difference. Completely honest. I just haven't. And I haven't been farming it, but at the same time, the most fun part about the farming was once you actually got the chest, running around like crazy trying to get the chest 3 times. And they took that away too, which is too bad. I thought that was a really fun game mechanic. I know that it was a mistake, but I didn't care. I think that Bungie should have seen that people were actually having a good time doing it and just left it. Look at how much damage this thing does. It's awesome. And that's, if they're going to do that, if they're going to make those things super rare, that's fine. But you've got to make it worth, the effort of getting those keys. What am I waiting for here? Is there... Oh, there's still Minotaurs over there. Are they just glitched? That's weird. Oh, that thing spawned back. How much damage this does. It's awesome. Small arms plus arc burn makes Fatebringer a very good gun. It's already a very good gun. Now it's just ridiculous. Are these guys stuck again? Oh, hello. Alright, this is the round that I'm a little bit scared of. Let's see if we can take down... Oh, hello. Oh, we got a little bounty there. Don't forget to pick up bounties if you're running the Nightfall. And, looks like everything's stuck down there. This is a really weird Nightfall run. Usually stuff kind of comes on up. I'm just going to be really careful with snipers here. Use cover to my advantage. I am, although, despite my complaints about treasure keys and the Prison Elders, I'm having a ball in Prison Elders. I think it's really fun, and I like that it's difficult. I know a lot of people are complaining that it's too difficult. Like Quodron last week was really, really hard. Skolas is really hard unless you burn them down. And even if you burn them, like the burn strategies, you have to have a pretty powerful fire team right off the bat. Everybody's got to be pretty good. But running Skolas straight up, last week I couldn't do it. It was just too hard because everybody on that map was doing arc burn. The modifier was arc burn. It was ridiculously hard. This week, though, since it's void burn, it feels like a much more fair fight, and my team was able to do it. It took us a while, but we were able to do it straight up, and we kind of developed a strategy, which basically was just doing loop-de-loops around the map, which, frankly, it was pretty entertaining. It felt fresh. It felt new. And I really had a good time with it this week. Let's just move places here. Let them fire at a place I'm not anymore. Hydras don't stand a chance up against the Fatebringer right now. It's ridiculous. You really hardly need another weapon this week. Where are they? There's one. Look at that. It's crazy. Oh, I thought he was dead. I think that's it, right?
It's open.
Yep. Alright, just run around, pick up some ammo. But yeah, Prison of Elders, I've been having a ton of fun with. It is what I was hoping for, to be completely honest. I like that the 32 is kind of randomized. I like that the 34 is different each week. And I like that Skolas is tough to take down. I'm a little... Okay.
They're restoring the Archon Priest.
I find it disappointing that Bungie allowed that burn cheese for Skolas. Because imagine if that wasn't there. If you had to do that fight, you know, straight up. Like, the way the encounter was designed. I think it would be far more interesting. I'm going to switch to a sniper for this area. Effort each spear ought to work. I think, you know, getting that gear from Skolas, getting the shader, getting the emblem, getting the ship. You know, the ship is so cool. But imagine if that burn wasn't there. Imagine how many fewer people would have all that stuff. And let's be honest, I mean, the burn method, I don't know that it's cheese really, right? But you know, you're using the weapons and the You're using the weapons and the abilities that Bungie gave us. And you're not like manipulating the game or anything. You're just doing a ton of damage really quick. I'd almost rather just use Fatebringer on these things. Look at this. These guys. Come on. Did I get him? Good. But the counterpoint to that is, imagine how cool you would feel once you finally beat Skolas straight up, you know? I think it would be awesome. And I think that, you know, it's disappointing that Bungie doesn't seem to be able to design encounters that don't have kind of all of these different cheeses to them. And I'd like to see that out of these encounters. Now, a lot of people are going to disagree. A lot of people are going to say, you know, we're using the stuff that Bungie gives us. And I know that, and I agree with that. And I don't have a problem with the people using this stuff. I more have a problem with Bungie kind of continuing to... Oh, I can't. Can I do it now? Yeah, there we go. Bungie kind of continuing to allow this kind of thing. You know, Crota's End was kind of the same thing. Like, these encounters get really boring really fast when you have these, like, not exploits, but easy mode ways of doing these things. Like standing on the ridge in front of the glass for Crota's End, for beating Crota himself. Like, that's not a fun way to play a game. It's not. Unless you're the sword bearer, you basically stand still for 90% of that fight. And that makes the game get boring really, really quickly. And I don't think it needs to. If they could just kind of cut down on that kind of stuff. Like, I don't mind having a safe spot, like a place where you can go and be safe from enemy fire. But at the same time, you should not be able to shoot the enemy from that spot, because then, you know, you get what we've got, is you've got these encounters that are cheapened by the fact... Come on out. Are cheapened by the fact that you don't have to put yourself at risk, really. Can I get that guy? There we go. Well, if he's not coming out, maybe I can just bypass him altogether. Oh, now he's shooting at me. Now I want to kill this guy just out of spite. I was going to leave you alone. I was just going to walk away. But you started shooting at me. It's all over from there. all over. Yeah, so I'd like to see Bungie kind of design these encounters so they can't be cheesed. And I'm not saying that it's a cheesy tactic to burn Skolas. It just doesn't feel like the tactic that Bungie kind of designed the fight for. And imagine, you know, it's definitely a fun and interesting battle, doing it the way, you know, you're supposed to. Fighting Skolas, disarming the mines as they come up. You know, that is, it's really fast-paced. It's really, you know, it's teamwork intensive. But just burning him, you know, you spend 5 minutes between rounds just trying to wait for your ammo to regen, you know, your synth to regen. Then you go out there and you just fire for, you know, a minute straight and then go disarm the mines. I don't know. It's just not, it's not as fun. And it cheapens the fact that some people are able to actually do it. I'm not going to say the correct way, but, you know, the way Bungie intended.
The Archon Priest is still inside.
And that, you know, that kind of cheapens the accomplishment of doing it that way. Is there another guy over here? Yeah, there must be. What's up? Alright, since I'm all alone, I'm pretty conservative here, so you're going to see me kind of bouncing back to that location a lot. Hopefully these guys spawn in here. There we go. I was doing this on my Warlock with full-blown loon. You've seen him on this channel quite a bit. And I kept trying to make this jump, and I could not make it with my Warlock consistently. He's just so floaty and bouncy. It's driving me crazy. Snipers up there. It's alright. You know what? I'll take down those snipers real quick. From up here. A little bit safer. If that guy's gonna stand there like a dope, I'm gonna take him out too. Otherwise, the last patch that Bungie did, I think is fantastic. Like, it really is. They improved so much. They allowed the ammo consumables to stack to 100, which is huge. I mean, inventories right now are just jam-packed. You know, and it doesn't even matter if you've been playing this game since the beginning. It's the fact that the consumables, there's so many consumables right now. And you were getting so many of them from ether chest farming that, you know, inventories were just jam-packed. It was hard to cope with it, even if you were using like a separate item manager. Like, I use Destiny Item Manager. That's a Chrome browser plugin, and it allows me to just see, you know, all three of my characters' inventories, plus my vault inventory. There's that ship. And just kind of switch stuff in between. But my vault was completely full. My characters were nearly completely full. It just became such a nightmare. And being able to stack, instead of having 5 stacks of 20 special ammo synths, to have 1 stack of 100 really did make a significant difference in my inventory. Let's see what we're dealing with here. There's probably snipers out, right? I still don't have any sniper ammo, though. I was going to use Fang of Your Ute for this. Don't really need it. This thing in the extra range would really help out. But, aside from the fact that I just ran out of ammo, I don't find that I really need it. So, you know what I'll do is I'll switch to this guy and just go on an ammo run here. There we go. Here's some special. Kill that guy. Would have rather save that ammo for later to actually burn down the big boy, but hey. Not using Gallahorn was a, frankly, conscious decision. The encounter is already easy enough as it is. To use Gallahorn, you just burn the big guy down so fast, Axor or whatever his name is. You burn him down so fast that there's no real point to it. And a lot of people don't have Gallahorn still, which makes me sad. We should be getting pretty close to opening this thing. There's still some guys up here. There we go. All right, come on out, big boy.
Good idea.
Biggins, as Full Blown Loon likes to say. So I'm gonna try. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna try and burn this guy down pretty good when he comes out with Thunderlord. And I'll be using this spot pretty much for the entire encounter. Ooh, I cannot stay on him. There we go. That'll help. Let's run away from those shanks. So my concentration level is probably going to go up right now, and my mouth activity will probably go down. See if Biggins comes back out. Come on, big boy. I ain't got all day. There he goes. Oh, yeah! Here, try one of these on for size. Woo! 36,000 damage off a Celestial Nighthawk. That was nice. That was nice. Got a, like, solar burn in the Celestial Nighthawk. It's going to be helpful. Alright, let's hop on back up, see what we can do. Ooh, there's heavy down there. Is it worth going for? Ooh, I can see my shadow. I don't know. What do you guys think about Skolas? Do you think it's too challenging for, like, you know, I don't want to say normal people. Do you think it's just too challenging? I think it's designed to be very challenging. Look at how much damage this thing's doing. That is insane. That is so fun. Oh, I'm taking damage. I'm gonna back off. If he keeps coming out like that, this isn't gonna take any time at all. And I'm all supered already, so I can hit him with the big boy again. Oh, we got a ship coming in. That means I'm gonna back off. I did see some sniper shots coming my way as well. Alright, there will probably be some enemies that kind of come right over. But because we do so much damage, it's really not that big an issue. Let's just take this guy out. Fallen Leader's bounty, that was nice. I'm having a little trouble aiming my sniper rifle. That's weird. How long do PlayStation 4 controllers last, you guys? I have not been satisfied at all. I think the PlayStation 4 controller, like ergonomics-wise, is my favorite controller ever. Like, it's really good. But as far as how long they last and that kind of thing, durability and the battery, and there's a bunch of issues with it. This guy's almost dead. Let's see if I can pop him right now. There we go. You gotta love the Celestial Nighthawk. It is fun.
I'll contact the Vanguard. Let them know.
Alright, there's still people out here. I'm gonna try not to die. Two shanks.
One more fallen Archon gone to dust. Good. But if the fallen found the prison of elders, I'm sure we'll be hearing about more heists like this. Then we celebrate.
Alright, that was a successful Nightfall. Nighthawk. I really want that Monte Carlo. I don't think I'm gonna get it. But that is the exotic that I've been looking for. I know it's not the best exotic in the game, but it's the one that has eluded me for the longest. I'd really like to see it come up. The dog is barking. But let's see what we got here. Alright, 167 kills, and what the hell is that thing? A fusion rifle, the give-take equation. High impact, huge range. Oh my god. What a disappointment. What a disappointment. Readying this weapon grants a brief period of bonus accuracy, and this weapon has bonus accuracy while firing from the hip. You know, those perks actually don't sound so bad. Oh, man. I really didn't want a fusion rifle, though. Alright, well, that was the Nightfall solo run this week. 25 minutes, longer than I expected, to be honest with you. But I was running it solo, and you know me, I'm pretty conservative when I'm running solo because I don't want to die. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.